Hey everyone, so this video is a rock back technique to food before you turn and keep walking. Even if your dog doesn't take food, it is a step at least 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3 backwards. When the dog disengages from what it's looking at, turn and continue walking. This is a really young dog, so we're going to use food. A lot of people new to this should use food as well. If it helps with focus, not if it creates excitement, but if it helps with focus, use it. This is a young adolescent dog with extreme whining issues in her neighborhood and in new places when she sees other dogs. Sometimes she's fully e-collar trained, and sometimes just tapping and keep moving is not enough if she's in a new area or in her home environment. And so basically working the problem over and over and over again until the whining is gone or at least greatly reduced before moving on is the key for her to do that incremental stacking of good habits built up. And then eventually, which took us like a week, which is a while. So my point is she's a tough cookie. So basically doing those walk back and rock back as long as the sidewalk is not crooked or has lumps in it. Don't fall out there, everybody. But it's really important to work the problem until there's an improvement, and then you can start to just turn your body like normal and say let's go, and have your dog follow you. But if you're struggling with that, if your dog will not just turn with you when you turn and you're like let's go or heel, if it's not working, you need the rock backs. They're more engaging and get your dog's focus faster. So it's a messy start. She's just seen my dog Dakota, so I back up and give food right away. And I knew there was someone behind me, so we didn't do a full turn. But now I back up again several steps, and I'm a little late on the food, and she's not focusing on me anyway. She's focusing on her family. She's kind of all over the place. So I still do the rock back, but I just didn't end it with food. Now this is where it changes. She's like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what this is. So I step back 1, 2, 3, and I rest my hand on my knee. So she comes to me, and then I'm too slow on the turn. I think I was talking, or maybe I was just too slow. She re-engages with looking right away. Now I have a choice. I could rock back and do food again, or I could try to just continue to turn and see if it works. If it doesn't work and she's still staring at the dog, I would back up again and do that engagement backwards to give more space. Now, there are dogs on the back corner on the opposite side of the street. See, she's looking at them right there. I am doing an e-collar tap for that, and she is whining at them. But I want to do Dakota first, who's in front of us, to really work that problem first, because the dogs across the street are much easier. But she is still whining. There's a tap, and we just keep going. I love how I got some eye contact there. I told her, good, say good for organic eye contact. Now, by now, she's figured out it's Dakota. She's like, oh, I know this dog. I'm not allowed to crash into this dog and say hello. There's a level of comfort there, too. And so we continue to work. Why? Because you shouldn't just do it when it's hard. You should also do it when it's easy. 3 to 5 times when it's just easy. Piece of cake. I just rocked back, I think, once or twice. And then food, turn, and go. Now, the cool thing about this was, as she realizes it's Dakota, and there's boundaries with Dakota, she doesn't get to just charge right over, and she relaxes because she knows who they are. So the cool thing about this is, as we're doing this, it took about another 3 additional turns with her doing easy with Dakota for her to stop whining at the dogs across the street. So now they're moving, those dogs. So those 3 turns that were easy with in front of the camera with Dakota, finally then became easy with the dogs across the street. So that's why you continue to work the problem. Now, maybe I don't get complete calm, but I want to do this until I get to a point of improvement before I keep going. Definitely add in some accountability with a firm leash pop that surprises the dog, an e-collar tap on the higher level before you scroll down to a considerate teaching level. But it's really about this body language combined with working the problem until it improves. Even if the dog is long gone, doesn't matter. This is what makes all the difference in your local neighborhood and the places that you want to be able to take your dog to regularly.